Welcome to the ultimate Isekai roast session. 10 anime, 10 overpowered lunatics, and one narrator who's probably too caffeinated. Brace yourself. These worlds aren't ready for their broken protagonists. Starting with number 10. Mashin creator Wataru. Wataru's life was simple. Eat, sleep, maybe pass math class. Then bam! He's dragged into another world and handed a robot dragon so busted it makes Gundams look like Happy Meal toys. His inner thoughts? Pure chaos. One second he's panicking like, why me? The next he's button-mashing mecha controls like a toddler with a PlayStation. And somehow, victory. Monsters, demons, world-ending crises, accidentally handled like chores. The villains are sweating, Destiny's drunk, and Wataru is just vibing. Watching him fight feels less like a hero's journey and more like an unhinged Saturday morning cartoon speedrun. The comedy is savage. Wataru doesn't plan, strategize, or even understand what he's doing. He just stumbles into god-tier wins because the universe decided, sure, let the clueless kid handle it. Imagine Pokemon, Power Rangers, and a cosmic prank rolled into one chaotic mess. That's Wataru, the hero nobody asked for, but somehow got stuck with. This is Emiverse Anime. Watch this video to the end and hit that subscribe button now. Blowing up number 9. Magic Maker, How to Make Magic in Another World. Take one regular guy, Isekai him, and give him the brain of a DIY YouTuber hopped up on Monster Energy. That's Magic Maker. Everyone else? Struggling with beginner spells like Fireball. This dude? Accidentally inventing magical nukes while humming. His thoughts? A loop of will this explode, followed by, well, too late now. Spoiler, it always explodes. Villains end up as test dummies, allies look terrified, and gods probably call tech support. He doesn't cast spells. He commits magical war crimes with the cheerful energy of a kindergarten arts and crafts teacher. The real comedy is how casual he is, like breaking the laws of reality is just another Tuesday. He crafts enchantments like Pinterest hacks, but instead of glitter, it's world-ending explosions. Enemies flex? Boom, new spell. Rival mages? Reduced to unpaid interns in his chaos factory. Magic Maker isn't a story about learning magic. It's a how-to guide on terrifying the entire fantasy world while asking, so how many likes for a part 2? Looking at number 8. The Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. What happens when a Power Ranger retires? Apparently he goes Isekai adventurer mode and destroys medieval fantasy like it's open mic night. This Red Ranger didn't just transfer, he invaded. Bandits jump out for a robbery? One slap and they're rethinking their careers. A dragon appears, roaring flames. He spin kicks it into early retirement. His inner monologue is probably, wow, this is light work, with a side of, you peasants call this a challenge. The guild thinks he's some eccentric mercenary, but the reality? He's an entire CGI budget walking around in spandex without even trying. Villains train for centuries, sharpen their skills, craft dramatic speeches, and then get obliterated in 5 seconds because Sentai logic doesn't care about your world building. Watching him flex in a tavern is like watching a WWE wrestler show up at a chess tournament. Confusing, terrifying, and hilarious. He doesn't just beat monsters, he humiliates them by existing. Honestly, this man didn't need an isekai. The isekai needed life insurance when he arrived. At number 7, I'm a noble on the brink of ruin, so I might as well try mastering magic. Imagine being so broke you think, you know what? I'll just invent magic. That's this noble's vibe. His family estate is collapsing faster than anime pacing in the final arc. And instead of crying, he pulls a Giga Brain move. Become the greatest mage alive, overnight. His thoughts bounce between, my wallet hurts, and fine, guess I'll break the universe. Next thing you know, every spell he touches is a cheat code. Every rival looks like a clown, and every noble stares at him like, why do you exist? Watching him flex is savage. He's not saving his estate with diplomacy or strategy. Nope. He's blasting the financial crisis into oblivion. The comedy writes itself. He never wanted to be a hero. The IRS bullied him into godhood. Rivals with centuries of experience? Dunked on. Professors? Embarrassed. Ancient legends? Turned into tutorial bosses. If debt really gave people this kind of power, half the planet would be anime protagonists by now. Landing on number 6, Combatants will be dispatched. Finally, an MC who isn't pretending to be a hero. Nope. This guy works for an evil organization sent to conquer another world. His weapon? Snark, scams, and crime points. Yes, He earns points for committing sins and cashes them in for dumb gadgets that somehow obliterate armies. His inner thoughts? Pure workplace sarcasm. Wow, another demon lord. Can I clock out early? The best part? He doesn't care about good versus evil. He's here for the paycheck, the mischief, and roasting everyone in sight. Allies? Bullied. Enemies? Humiliated. Entire kingdoms? Scammed like boomers on Facebook. Watching him is like watching Kazuma if Kazuma had a corporate credit card and zero morals. He's a walking HR violation wrapped in a black uniform. The sheer disrespect is legendary. Generals give speeches and he interrupts with memes and explosives. This isn't a savior story. It's a corporate raid with bonus comedy. The guy doesn't just win battles, he scams his way into victory and laughs while cashing in the receipts. At number 5, Other Side Picnic. Two girls enter a creepy parallel dimension full of eldritch horrors, and instead of running, they bring guns. Actual guns. One's internally screaming, "We're gonna die," while the other's like, "Cool, let's blast it." That's the dynamic. Pure panic meets reckless trigger-happy chaos. And somehow, it works. Monsters that look like SCP nightmares crawl out of the void, and these two just mow them down like it's pest control. The humor is savage because half the time, they're arguing about snacks or feelings mid-battle like, yes, that's a giant cursed skeleton, but also what's for dinner? This isn't survival horror. It's a buddy cop isekai with cosmic abominations as punching bags. Watching them bulldoze through urban legends with rifles and sass feels wrong, but in the best way. The eldritch beings are probably filing complaints like, "Excuse me, we're supposed to cause madness, not get shot in the face." Other Side Picnic isn't about escaping horror, it's about bullying it until it leaves you alone. Savage. At number 4, Yashahime, Princess Half Demon. Inuyasha and Sesshomaru's daughters roll up like, "We inherited trauma, powers, and plot relevance. Let's go." These half-demon heroines are basically genetic cheat codes, swinging swords and slicing demons like it's casual cardio. Their inner monologues? A toxic mix of, "I hate my family," and "time to stab something." The result? Generational angst weaponized into demon-killing efficiency. Villains arrive with grand speeches, flexing evil powers, only to get roasted and body-bagged in record time. The savage part is how serious they act, even when the plot is peak nonsense. It's like watching teenagers use swords to process therapy sessions. They're dramatic, angsty, and terrifyingly effective. Enemies that once shook nations get wiped because the kids decided, yeah, not today. Yashahime isn't just a continuation. It's a torch passed down, soaked in gasoline and shoved into every villain's face. Watching these girls shred demons while simultaneously dunking on family legacies is chaotic, hilarious, and savage. Who needs therapy when you have anime swords and half-demon rage issues? Checking on number 3, Summoned to Another World for a Second Time. Imagine saving the world once. Cool, right? Now imagine respawning and being told, hey, do it again. That's this guy's curse. His thoughts? Endless annoyance. He's the veteran who already knows the plot, but the world insists on replaying it. Watching him is savage comedy. Every battle looks like a tutorial level, and he's speedrunning it with cheat codes. Villains? One-shotted mid-monologue. Allies? Staring in awe while he yawns. The man's vibe is, I've already beaten this game, stop wasting my time. The comedy is brutal, so that once terrified nations get clowned on like mosquitoes. He doesn't just fight, he disrespects. Every swing, every spell, every sarcastic remark screams, why am I here again? He's not a hero. He's a tired gamer on New Game Plus, roasting everyone for being NPCs. This isn't world saving, it's recycling. And the universe keeps dragging him back, like, encore. Honestly, he's less chosen one, more unpaid intern forced to redo orientation. Looking at number 2, Handyman Saitou in Another World. Who needs swords or spells when you've got handyman skills? Saitou proves the ultimate isekai cheat isn't fireballs, it's knowing how to fix things. Locked doors? Fixed. Broken armor? Patched. Adventurers stare at him like he's a god. While internally he's screaming, bro, this is literally common sense. The savage irony? In a world full of dragon slayers and archmages, he's overpowered because he understands screws and locks. Watching him casually dunk on centuries of magic research with a toolbox is hilarious. Enemies get outsmarted, allies get carried, and every dungeon becomes less of a death trap and more of a workplace project. Saitou doesn't just help, he hard carries like a medieval Home Depot employee dropped into Dark Souls. The comedy's savage because everyone treats his skills like miracles while he's thinking, back home I got underpaid for this. Forget chosen ones. Turns out maintenance workers are the real gods of Isekai. Honestly, he should invoice the kingdom for every quest. Finally, at number 1. Life with an ordinary guy who reincarnated into a total fantasy knockout. Two bros get isekai'd, but plot twist. One respawns as a gorgeous waifu, and chaos ensues. The newly gender-bent MC is internally screaming, "Why am I so cute?" while his best friend is panicking, "Why am I catching feelings?" Their dynamic? Non-stop savage banter, awkward blushes, and villain obliteration. Enemies show up expecting a fight, but instead they get caught in the crossfire of the weirdest rom-com bromance ever. The comedy is relentless. Every moment flips between emotional crisis and overpowered flex. They're confused, embarrassed, and roasting each other constantly, yet somehow stronger than anyone else in the world. Villains don't just lose, they get third-wheeled out of existence. The savage beauty here is that their relationship is the cheat code. They're too busy arguing about feelings to even notice they're nuking every opponent. It's chaotic, hilarious, and uncomfortably wholesome. Fantasy Knockout doesn't just break isekai tropes, it takes them out for karaoke, humiliates them, and posts it online. Peak chaos. And that's the Roast Tour. 10 isekai anime where MCs are so busted the worlds themselves need therapy. From robot dragons to handyman hacks and waifu chaos, one truth remains. Being overpowered is messy, hilarious, and unfair. Subscribe, or get isekai'd without cheat codes.